This podcast may contain spoilers from across the entire Xena series, so please proceed with caution, because honestly, who knows what the hell's going to come out of my mouth. On that, I probably will say the occasional naughty word, but if you're cool with that, let's battle on. Hello and welcome back to Xena Warrior Commentary. It's me, Phil, Possible Prince X, here and ready to dive into Season 3. It is going to be a very big season, a controversial season. I mean, so many big episodes to come and, characters making all kinds of decisions. So I'm very curious about how I'm going to feel, what everyone else is going to feel, if we're going to see things the same, differently. I don't know, a mixture, probably. Either way, let's not faff around. Let's dive in. So make sure you've got yourself comfy. I've got a blankie on. It is starting to get a little bit warmer where I am, but still kind of cold. And get ready to press play on Xena Season 3, Episode 1, The Furies, in 3, 2, 1. Alright, it's Dancing Girl time. Gabrielle must have been in charge of this episode. Oh no, it's for the male gaze. Skip, fast forward. We don't need these heterosexual men having fun. Gosh. I wonder if they choreograph these moves or they just are like, get up on the table and just kind of go where you want to go. Oh my god, he's so beautiful. I'm not used to watching because I watch on a computer screen, so I'm quite close to it. I'm not used to being so locked into Kevin Smith's eyes. Because when you're in the telly, even when it's a close-up, you're kind of far away, but he feels like he's right in front of me. And, I mean, it's overwhelming in the heart flutter department. He's like, you're not Xena, so I don't care. Same. It's also funny because I'm probably around the age Kevin Smith was at this point. Maybe I'm even a bit older now. So he just seems like my age now. Whereas as a kid, it was like, who is this grown adult man? Oh no. Oh, they're not a big fan of Xena. Oh, that's rude. I know every episode's not perfect, but it's still a good show. What are the charges again? I might have been talking. Wee. Her accent. Highly unusual to do both. That was a fun shot. Apparently Lucy didn't get on super well with the director. It's always interesting to hear those tidbits. I'm pretty sure that a very popular picture of Xena and Gabs and Argo was taken on this day. You'll know it from the cover of the magazine. Hopefully, you know the one I'm talking about. I could be wrong, but it just always felt like this moment. What are the little dumplings with the red stuff inside? Gabrielle is such a little cheat. Even Agra's like, see, Xena, this is why I don't like her. I love that Xena's like, I'll flip there. It'll take longer, but I can still beat her. Thugs. I feel like there'd always be a bounty on Xena's head. Like, I don't know if the persecution part needed to be a part of the episode because everyone's always after her. Just do the madness. What if it was madness like the band and Xena just started like doing is it skanking that ska music like dancers do and they like kick their legs around? Imagine if that's what happened and she just started a ska band. I would watch that episode. Well, oh, don't need that. I love that Xena just turns into the Three Stooges. Oh my god, when this happened as a child, I thought it was the funniest thing that ever happened to the whole world. It was so random. Gabrielle's getting pretty good with her stick. Oh, yeah, that'll happen. I mean, it can't be. That can't be a pretty armpit after, like, how often do Gabrielle and Xena get to shower? Yeah! It's the first year of the season. Okay, so before we get into the rest of the episode, I have to remember to highlight, as most of you probably know, this episode and the next one were filmed apparently as part of season two, but they decided to trim it basically, and so they pushed these episodes into season three. And so I remember these episodes being on, so the Furies and Been There Done That, and I like watched them over and over and over and over. Like I watched them too many times, so I almost got sick of them, and I'm wondering how I'm going to go now. But what I've always found really odd is they definitely feel more season two, but they also definitely feel like Been There Done That does feel like a season ender, so I can see why that would have been the end of season two. But this one does feel like a season opener, so it's always been a bit confusing. But then I feel like the tone shifts in episode three to more bigger storytelling, like the rift and so on. So these two episodes have always been in like their little own separate mini season for me. Like it's not quite season two, it's not quite season three. They're just there doing their thing. Oh my god, iconic line followed by another iconic line now. Oh, hang on. No, this is good too. I was thinking of Go Horsey, which she does in a minute. I can see where I've been. It's a good point, Mavis. She doesn't use the pinch as much as she should. I want it in every episode. Yeah, Mavis. I do actually believe that Xena would be hangry. Poor Gabrielle. You can already tell that it's a unique tone because there's funny moments, but then it's also really serious. Like often in the comedies, they're just comedies and everyone just goes along with it. But Gabrielle is like genuinely concerned. This shot. I do wonder how much of this was Lucy. Oh, I think it's just leafy enough. Xena, looking gorgeous. And what I don't know, like someone may know out there, so let me know if you do, whether this was written for season two and then filmed in season three, or filmed in season two as well, if that makes sense. Like, was it held back production wise and script, or just the script? You know, they had written it. Am I making any sense? Like they wrote it but didn't film it until season three. That's what I'm not sure about. Get him, Xena. Yep. Those kids would grow up and be like, remember the night that that lady came into the village and she was naked and yelled at all of us? Let's go, off we pop. That kid is alarmed. Soz, mate. Oh, that's right. They didn't say the crime yet. Lucy's so funny. Yeah, I killed thousands of people, mate. Ruh-roh. But also interesting because obviously Cortez mustn't have been the person to kill Lysias. So I wonder who did kill Lysias. Like, when he died, did Xena just immediately kill the guy? And that sent her down her path? I assume that that's what happened. We need a prequel. We need a... Instead of doing a reboot, we need a prequel. Or as well as doing a reboot? I don't know. Do a prequel series about Amphipolis and how Xena became Xena. And then also do a reboot with Lucy and Renee and everyone just having a good time. and then also do like a really like gritty, new, updated Xena. Like do all of it. Don't like don't make us choose. Just give us all of it, and then we'll pick which one we like the best. Probably all of them. Probably the one with Lucy. Let's be real. Oh, not Marcus. He's back, and now he's a tree. I don't know what that one was. It would be really hard to run through a forest. I'd trip over a lot. Giants. Get him, Xena. Yeah. You show that invisible nothing. Who's the boss? Take that. And that. And also that. Maybe this is how we get around the series finale. Like, a friend in need never actually happened. The Furies just got involved. Gotta go. I reckon Gabrielle can get out of this pretty easily. A little harder than I thought, but she got there. Oh my god, the walk. I wonder if Lucy loved doing this or hated doing this. That's how you do it. I love that more just keep running in to get punched. Don't know why she's crowing. She's not a chicken or a rooster. Stop looking so strange, Xena. Cyrene! We haven't seen Cyrene for so long. Why aren't they going, oh, Gabrielle, look at her. She looks different too. Oh, Xena's dead now. Cyrene's just smacked her over the head. No da, Gabrielle. God, catch up. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. Oh gosh, let me check. I have to look in my diary. Was it you, Gabrielle? Me. I did. I did it. I killed the man. I killed my husband. It's a bad man, Gabrielle. See, told you. Dun dun dun. Unsurprising. No. So I murdered him right there, then and there, on the spot. Rude. Yeah, well, he's not here anymore, is he? Don't know what I did with the axe, but I did something. Do you think it was just like, she just like, smacked him with the axe? Or do you think she fully went Dexter and like had a kill room with plastic sheets and a boat? I don't know, Gabrielle. Never thought to ask. If not, Gabrielle and Cyrene would make a cute couple. Just saying. If it all ended badly, Gabrielle still has a future. A little bit, all right? A little bit. I killed your dad. Obvi. By the way, I'm in a pickle now. Not a barroom joke. No, Xena, how dare you? There's 3 more seasons. Yeah, fun. She's sorry, terrible. It's just weird that in the same episode that we're getting this really serious stuff, Xena was also like kissing the bad guys up the arm like Morticia and Gomez. It's very random. Hey, Harry's. Jealous? Hmm. I think you just slipped a little there, Aries. Xena's like, you're right, I am formulating a plan. That's my chakram. I remember when I met Lucy and I was holding her chakram, she literally just took it off me immediately and was like, is this for me? Because I think legally she owns all chakrams and all chakram replicas in the whole world. And she just allows us to have them. How though? How about? He's like, this is not sexy, Xena. Don't like this little tantrum. Wee. It's so mean and sometimes true, but mostly not true. I'm crazy and you're dead. What a line. Oh my god. So gross. So, knowing what we know about how it ends, I think the reason Xena must have asked that question was because she needed to find a way to make her plan work, which is, as you know, spoiler for this episode, that she's going to claim that Ares is her dad, and therefore she didn't need to avenge anyone's death. And obviously, it's complicated because some people believe that he is her father, and that really happened. I personally feel that it was a coincidence, and Xena was trying to find a loophole of like what was the circumstance, and oh, he came back from war, and then we had sexy time, and it's like that does align with something that Ares would do, which is show up and be posing as people's husbands. But of course, people would come home from war all the time and get sexy time. You know what I mean? Like, that's something you'd be like, oh, I've been away for a few months, love. Let's go into the bedroom, put the kids down to bed, and we're going to go have a little cuddle. So watching it now, knowing that, I wonder if that's why, in her sort of state, Xena asked that question. Because otherwise, why would you ask it? So I wonder if she was like, I need something to align my plan, and she got real lucky. It's easier to believe that it just was Ares, I know. But I don't know, it never quite lined up for me. And we'll see why, I guess, as it's revealed. It looks similar to the dagger of Helios. I could be completely wrong. It may not be like that at all. Just a fancy dagger. It's nice that they put little flowers around her head, though. Lucky Gabrielle showed up in time. Oh, hang on. Just a gosh darn minute. Duh. Right, Gabrielle? Yeah, Gabrielle is daddy. Just a funsies. Yeah, tell any bad stories. You can actually hear Argo's eyes rolling outside. She's like, oh, she's telling another story. Go on. Yeah, it's fun. Just playing. The shoulder roll is great. Ripe. Oh, not okay. Here we are. Lol, lol, lol. Very Maury Povich. He's like, oh, I nearly got in there. Oh, the best bit. I mean, look at that face. I'd be like, oh, fine. I'll be dependent on you. Fight time. Wee, chandelier time. Oh, the stunt doubling. Apparently, this was really, really hot this day, and they were getting all squidgy in their leathers. All right, so while they're fighting, let's discuss the topic of is Ares Xena's dad. So obviously, some people think, yeah, it's possible, and it is. There's similarities. You know, they're both very high cheekboned, dark-haired beauties. So you know, there's that, and the fact that Xena can fight so well, and it's like if she was half god, you know, it wouldn't be a huge shock. And the story that she's told about Ares, you know, going to people's women's houses sounds pretty feasible. But at the same time, Xena's very clever. So her putting, you know, finding a way out, even through the madness, I also believe that Xena could absolutely sort of spin it this way and be like, well, there is that story, and, you know, Dad was a warrior and went to war, so maybe, you know, it could sync up. And that's kind of how I see it having happened. Because I think Liz Friedman said as well, she just doesn't like the idea of Xena being half god. Then she's the same as Hercules, instead of being a mortal who is just really awesome. And I like to think that Xena is a mortal who is just really awesome. And of course, she knew she could win in a fight against Ares, because, you know, the gods don't have to fight that much. Xena fights every day. It's her bread and butter. So even with his powers, it's like, I'm still pretty fit. I'm Xena. And then as it wraps up, just kidding. You know, these next couple of scenes where he's like, you don't really believe that I'm your father, because he really doesn't believe it, which makes me think that he didn't sleep with Cyrene. Look at him. So he really, really doesn't believe that he could be Xena's father, even if he did do those little tricky things, which is kind of gross when you think about it. But even Xena's like, you know, it doesn't matter what I believe, as long as the Furies buy it, we're all good. So I take all of this plus the fact that Xena, you know, has some sexy dreams about Ares later. I take it as not being related, even though you could argue that it's the, you know, the old days and everyone slept with everyone. I personally choose to believe that Ares is not Xena's father, but you may disagree, and that's okay. It would make season 5 real uncomfortable, but here we go. Yeah. I took this as, yeah, not really, but for this, you know, plan to work, we needed them to believe it, so they did. With that said, he still has a father figure. Nah, fair enough. He still does have a father figure element, even though there's also sort of a sexual chemistry. You're in trouble, fruit. Bad fruit, man. But I see, you know, the father figure is more that, you know, because Xena didn't have a father because of the axe. She was more maybe susceptible to Ares' charms, I suppose, and he guides her as a warrior. So in that sense, from what I remember, yeah, because I'm really good, Gabrielle. Um, I remember. I've just gone blank on what I was going to say. This hasn't happened before, but it happens in my life all the time. Anyway, blah blah blah. Anything's possible, but I don't see it that way. Oh, I was going to say, remember that Xena did sort of follow Ares, uh, path when she was a bad girl, but they hadn't actually met yet until the Reckoning. I'm sorry I killed him. I shouldn't have. I should have just let him kill you. Then you would have been happy together. Doesn't make any sense. Don't say hope. Yeah, like in season one, but he was played by Ares. No wonder it was more confusing. Nah, goodbye. It is a really nice scene, actually. Well, I mean, at least you now have the closure of what really happened. Oh, Chris Mannheim, who we just lost. Very sad news. All right, let's whip out my file. I have to set up a new one for season 3, so that might take a second. But I might vamp a little bit while we wait for the disclaimer to come up. Let's say thank you. Thanks, Kevin Blank, Jennifer Vile, Graham Sang, Jill Cormack, Phil Chitty, Moira Grant, Ray Bunch, Tim Boggs, the whole crew, really. Xena's sanity was not harmed during the production of this motion picture. The Furies, however, will be opening their own lap dancing variety show off Broadway soon. Well, they did love the lap dancing. I thought it was Aries asking for it, but as he says, I'm here for business. And they're like, well, we're just having fun, mate. Just let us dance. It's not for you. So it wasn't for the male gaze after all. All right. So for the Furies, to give it a score, my feelings are mixed because I actually think overall it's actually quite a strong episode. It's very memorable, but it's not an easy one to watch over and over again. I think as a kid, I just probably saw the comedic aspects and just kind of had fun with it. But it is quite full on and quite serious at times, almost uncomfortably so. Like some of what the discussions are about is like quite a lot. So it means that it's not super, super rewatchable all the time. Other people may feel differently, but for me, like as I was watching it, I thought it probably deserves a solid 8. But I'm gonna take off half a point just because it's not one I go back to a lot. It's really fun in some parts, and then really not fun in other parts. So it's maybe a bit more modest of a score than I should give it, but that's just kind of what I'm feeling. MVP is Xena because she managed to fight through the madness to actually come up with a plan. And Gabs did a good job of like trying to help her, but ultimately the way they got out of it was all Xena. So well done, Xena. Crush, I mean, obviously it's Aries, Kevin Smith. I mean, this episode in particular, I was taken by the cheekbones and those deep set eyes. Rename. So as you know, I always do Sins of the something because it's based on sins of the past. And I mean, technically I would do Sins of the Father, but that's already been done. Or Sins of the God, which I think has already been done. Sins of the Mother has already been done. And I can't really do the Sins of the Furies because that's already the title is the Furies. So I've for some reason, because I wrote some of these a little while ago, I went with Sins of the Furious. No idea why. It sounds like Fast and the Furious. Maybe that's why. But either way, Sins of the Furious. And usually I would ask whether Jox helped or hindered, but he was not in this episode, so we don't need to give that one. I think that's everything. We covered quite a lot. I tried to get a lot of my thoughts into the episode itself while there was fights and stuff happening, because it's harder to commentate those anyway. But because I wanted to not have this part go forever, because there's so much to debate. And of course, I remember watching it originally, and my sister and I were like, "What do you think? Do you think is it the dad or not the dad?" I don't understand, because we didn't realize they kind of left it open. But from what I can tell, there are some people who very much felt that Ares is Xena's father. I think most people feel that he is not, and that it was just Xena making a plan and using the information she had to make that plan and sell that plan. So personally, I like to think of it as that, because it just makes Xena more special in a way that, it's like, oh, like there are humans out there who can do amazing things, versus, oh, well, of course she's just half a god, and we don't want her anything like Peanut. Oh, all right. I think we're good. So really, until next time, look after yourselves and battle on.